All right, welcome. So today is going to be an exciting video. I've been wanting to make this video for quite a while, but what I'm going to be doing today is showing you guys, giving you a tour of my video game collection. I have been collecting video games, I mean, you can argue since like 2005 when I got my first Game Boy. So I have a lot to show you. I've been collecting on and off. Obviously, I'm primarily a PC gamer, but I still have consoles that I play from time to time. I'm not only a PC gamer, obviously. In fact, there are some games that I prefer to play on consoles. So you know, it's a very eclectic collection, I suppose. But what I'm going to do is we're going to go through, and I'm going to show you guys my entire video game collection. So let's go ahead and get started. I need to reposition this camera. I don't really know what the best format of this is, so I'm just going to kind of show my shelves to give you an idea of what I have. And then what I think I will do is, after showing you the shelves, I will talk about some highlights from the collection that are kind of stand out to me, that they kind of, they're pretty special, and I like them. So once we get there, I will I'll just kind of give you a general idea of what I have, and then once we finish showing you kind of the general what's on the shelves, I can talk about some cool stuff that I have, and we'll go through that. But first, I just wanted to kind of show you my shelves here and show you what I have. So I have a little bit of everything for every console, which is pretty cool. All right. So what I think I'll do now is I will put the tripod down, and I will just show you some. Okay. All right. I will just show some highlights from the collection. So I think we'll start over here with the Xbox 360, which is my pride and joy. 360 is my favorite console of all time. It's the one, apart from the DS, the Nintendo DS, the 360 was pretty much my childhood. So it's the one that I really like, and the one that I really enjoy collecting for, just because I think it's cool to be able to see like the games that I missed out on when I was a kid. Being able to go back and play them is kind of a big thing for me. So that's pretty cool. So at the time of this video, this is being filmed in September 24, so the 360 online store is actually shut down now, which is going to give you a lot of context for some of this stuff. So I think let's just kind of go through and talk about some of the standout games that I have here. So to start off with, this is pretty cool. I found this at a Goodwill. This is Xbox Live Arcade Unplugged. It actually came with 1 month of Xbox Live for free, which is pretty cool. Complete in box, of course, but what this is a collection of like mini games for the 360 that you could get on the 360 Xbox Live Marketplace, which is pretty cool. And since that shut down, I'm pretty sure this is the only way you can experience these games right now, which is pretty neat. Also, we have quite a few of these, actually. I don't know why these aren't talked about more. These are really cool. These, I have a couple of them. I'm probably not going to get any more, but these are really cool. So what these are Xbox and Xbox 360 demo discs. These were released as part of Xbox Magazine. And what these had was, these had little demos for games you could play, but it also came with other cool stuff like magazine articles and trailers and things. And it was really cool because what you can see on the back of the box here, you could play through these demos, and it was kind of like its own game in a way. You played through these demos, and what would happen is once you played through the demos, you earn points on the disc, and you can redeem them for like gamer pictures and avatars and just little, and like wallpapers, little bonus things that you get just for playing through these demos. So it incentivizes you to play through all of them and earn your points so you can get these little nice bonus unlockables. I just think it's cool that they did that. Like, they did not have to do this, and that's what it looks like. They look kind of cool. They didn't have to do that, but they really went above and beyond back then to really promote the new games that were coming out. I think that's really awesome. Unfortunately, they discontinued it in 2012, right before the Xbox One released. But they did this for the original Xbox and the 360, so you could do it. You could get those for both of them. They originally came in these nice clear cases, but eventually they only started shipping them in envelopes. So this one does not have a case or artwork, so I just have this one. This is issue 109. So this is actually the newest one that I own. So I just have to keep it there on the shelf. But those are really cool. I really enjoy those. Those are really neat. Got the Saints Row trilogy. Saints Row 1, probably one of the best 360 exclusives there is. Saints Row 2, I need a better copy, but this is the one that I bought back in like 2010, and it's been with me ever since. This is a great game. I've put so many hours on this one. Not big on the third, but it was okay. It was pretty decent. That's the trilogy. There is Saints Row 4. I don't have it for 360, and I'm not interested in owning it. In my opinion, they did Saints Row 4 very, very dirty. We have Assassin's Creed 2, 3, Black Flag, and Rogue. 5 Assassin's Creed games. And guess what I found out? I'm still missing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood for 360. They released... That is a series, man. They just cranked it out. So yeah, that's... I gotta get Brotherhood, but got all the Assassin's Creed games. Need to play those when I have the chance. Gears of War 1, Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3. I think Judgment is for 360. Gears of War Judgment. Have to double check, but if so, I have to get that one. This is actually a pretty cool one. So what this is this is Gears of War Triple Pack. This is a pretty cool little set here. So what this has is it has Gears of War 1 and Gears of War 2. So we have Gears of War Platinum Hits, and we have Gears of War 2. And then it has a DLC download code for the All Fronts collection for Gears of War 2. I believe that just has like bonus content, like an expansion. So you got basically the first 2 games and then a code for an expansion, which is pretty cool. It's a neat little package, but that's just what I got. Gears of War, another great series. Got Mass Effect, I got Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3. And then this Mass Effect bonus content disc that was sold separately. It's pretty cool. It was like, I believe this was just a pre-order bonus, but this gives you some bonus content. You got gamer pics and images and a documentary about the making of the game. That's pretty cool. A couple game series that I need to finish. I have Borderlands pre-sequel, Borderlands 2. I'm trying to find the original Borderlands, but I want to get it cheap. I have not found that at Goodwill yet. I see a lot of Borderlands 2, not the first one. This is a pretty cool thing. I got BioShock Infinite. That's a really good BioShock. This is really cool. I found this. This is a 3-pack game. You have BioShock, Borderlands, and XCOM. Technically, I do own Borderlands 1, but I want the standalone one. So you have XCOM, and then you also have the original Borderlands and the original BioShock. So you get a 3-pack of games in one package. That's just really cool. I really like these kinds of, 3-pack games that you can find in these little, see them with the Gears of War one. That one's pretty cool too. I have Guitar Hero 2 and Guitar Hero 3. Guitar Hero 2 is the one that I've really wanted for the longest time. This is the South Park one because it has Wayward Son on it. So this is the South Park Guitar Hero. So really happy to have that complete in box. Love that one. But I do want to finish up getting the Guitar Heroes. Some of them are hard, like Guitar Hero Van Halen, I believe is actually a pretty rare one. There's also Guitar Hero Aerosmith. Need to get that one too. I need to finish up the Guitar Hero series for 360, but I hope to get those. Silent Hill Homecoming, pretty cool. I got Fable 1, Fable 2, Fable 3, all 3 Fable games, which is pretty cool. This one was pretty interesting. I discovered this on accident. So this is the original Xbox 360 release of LA Noire. I purchased this at GameStop like a year after it came out. But there's also this. I got this for $2 at the thrift store. What this is the complete edition of LA Noire in this really nice cardboard box. I did not realize that the original one did not have all of the story in it. So you can buy this one for the 360. The original LA Noire is 3 discs. The complete version is 4, so you get a whole extra disc of content. That's the thing about the 360. It used DVDs where the PS3 used Blu-rays, so the 360 discs hold a lot less content. That's why you see all these 360 games that have multiple discs because the games are so large. You gotta fit them on multiple DVDs. That's why that's the case. But yeah, I did not know that it was a cut-down version on the LA Noire, so you learn something new every day. Call of Duty is a series that I played Call of Duty a lot with my brother when I was a kid, and it's a series that has a lot of nostalgia for me, even though I don't play it anymore. But being able to get all of the releases on 360 with an asterisk was a big thing for me. So I have Call of Duty 2, which was a 360 launch title. Call of Duty 3, it's the Platinum Hits version, but it's complete, and my copy came with the bonus disc, so it's a very good copy of Call of Duty 3. So I'm happy with this. But Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty World at War. I need to get a better World at War. This copy is really bad, but it works sometimes. I need to get a better one. Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Ghosts, Advanced Warfare. They did release Black Ops 3 on the 360, so it's actually kind of funny. You have Call of Duty 2 in 2005, all the way up to Black Ops 3 in 2015. 10 years of Call of Duty. 10 years. I don't have Black Ops 3, and that's for a good reason. So with Black Ops 3 on the 360, it does have a physical release, but it only includes multiplayer and zombies. You don't get the campaign. And since I'm not going to buy a whole disc set for zombies and multiplayer, which is who plays the multiplayer on 360 for Black Ops 3 nowadays, I'm not doing that. So I'm not buying it. But every other game I have, and all of them are complete, which is really nice. When I was coming through in high school, I played Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2. I played those a lot. A lot of good memories. And then, of course, Modern Warfare 2. Who could forget about this one? A lot of fun with my brother on this game. Love Modern Warfare 2. I'm messing up my shelves here. Yeah, I gotta make sure I get those nice and arranged. Okay. Here I have kind of the Rockstar section. Game I have not played at all, but Bully Scholarship Edition from Rockstar. Heard good things about this game. Need to play it. Have Red Dead Redemption and Undead Nightmare. Undead Nightmare, I actually got this for my birthday one year, so that's pretty cool. It's basically an add-on for the original Red Dead Redemption. I have the original Red Dead Redemption, and then I also have the special edition in this nice cardboard reflective sleeve here, and it includes an extra outfit and the game soundtrack, so cool. I like these little special editions that include bonus content, so being able to pick that up was pretty good. Most of these games I bought either new at GameStop when I was a kid or for my birthday, or when I was in college at Goodwill's for very cheap. So that's usually how I came into some of these, except for a couple important titles we'll get to in a moment. Got Skyrim and Skyrim Legendary Edition with all the DLC, very important. Fallout 3, and then a very interesting Fallout 3. This one has The Pit and Operation Anchorage. So this one has the first 2 DLCs that were released for Fallout 3, but this only has the first 2. There's another version of Fallout 3, a third version, that has all of the DLC, including Mothership Zeta. I don't have that one. I don't have it. I think it's the Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition that has all of it. I don't have that. I'm looking for it. I had the chance to buy it at my local retro game store. it was in very bad condition and it didn't have the manual, so I passed, but it is out there. I want to find it at a good price, but I do know I need to get the one that has all the DLC, so I will get that one day. One day. Fallout New Vegas. I have Fallout New Vegas, and I got it in this nice cardboard sleeve. It's the Platinum Hits version. Sadly, I want to get the original. If I can find it for cheap at a Goodwill, I'll get it. This cardboard sleeve that it's in, I actually found in the trash at a GameStop when I was in like high school, so that's pretty cool. But I've kept it since then, so really love having this. Fallout New Vegas, one of my favorite games of all time. And then, of course, I got, I don't know, it's another Platinum Hits, but what are you going to do? The Ultimate Edition with all of the DLC, so very nice. Love to have that. The Platinum Hits Dead Rising. Got Dead Rising 2. I really want Dead Rising Case West. I really want that one too. Or is it... No, not Case West. Off the Record, where you play as Frank. I want to get that one too. Got Resident Evil 5. This one took forever for me to find, but I finally found it. Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition with all the DLC. Very nice. Very happy to have that. Resident Evil, one of my favorite video game series of all time. Got Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil Revelations. Very, very underrated Resident Evil game. There's also Revelations 2 for 360. That one's a bit harder to find. I have not found it for a good price, but I might get that one for 360 one of these days. Final Fantasy 13, Phantasy Star, Tales of Vesperia, pretty cool stuff. This is actually neat. I actually bought these together, Blaze Blue and then the DVD as well. So I got those as a package deal. That was nice. Alright, so now we're getting it into the bottom shelf here. So we're going to be going through some actually pretty cool stuff. This is like probably the coolest stuff that I have. So with this back section, there's actually 2 rows. This is the only shelf that has 2 rows. I'm not going to go through everything, but we can go through some of it. So back here, I basically just have a bunch of sports games and titles that aren't really that exciting. Just, you know, not stuff that's really, it's just not, it's all just kind of bulk titles that aren't really interesting that you'll see in every collection. Just some stuff that I picked up from Goodwill. Some of it is actually kind of interesting. So we have The Walking Dead from Telltale. Love this game, very underrated. Two Worlds 2, Bionic Commando, need to play that. This is actually a pretty interesting find here. So this is the original Two Worlds, released for the 360. This is what was supposed to compete with Elder Scrolls Oblivion. And this is the collector's edition of the original Two Worlds. Now, you can see my copy is like beat to hell, but it has the game as well as like a making of disc that has a bunch of like extra content and like a documentary on it, which is really cool. But you can see like the cardboard is just totally like warped and beat to hell. I got this out of the clearance bin at my local game store, $3. I thought that was a steal. So that's pretty cool. And then of course we have the sequel, Two Worlds 2. Not a very good series, but hey, you know, it is what it is. Back here is where I also have my Kinect games. So, you know, every 360 collection you have a Kinect. And some of these are actually duplicates that came with a console I bought or with a Kinect that I got. So, you know, there's just a lot. You got Zumba, Zumba Core, Kinect Sports. I don't have the original Kinect Sports, just Season 2, I guess. A couple of Just Dance games. Kinect Adventures is classic. There's Kinectimals, pretty classic one. Got Motion Sports. The one Kinect game that I kind of want, I forget the name of it, but it's that horror game, that survival horror game where the girl has 2 hands over her mouth. I forget what it's called, but it's a pretty rare Kinect game. And I might get that one day. But we'll see. I'm at a very good spot with this collection right now, so there's not a ton that I feel the urge to go out and buy at the moment, but there's going to be a couple things that I'll definitely be on the lookout for. But for right now, I feel pretty good about where this collection is. A lot of people have actually asked me, are you going to go for a complete set for your 360? Absolutely not. It's not, I don't think it's possible, but it's just not something that I'm interested in pursuing. I want to get the stuff that I didn't play when I was a kid, and that's really it. You know, the stuff that I should have played when I was younger, but I didn't get the chance to because of money and time. But other than that, I'm not trying to, you know, be a perfectionist or a completionist here. So yeah. Over here we have some other cool stuff. Got Far Cry 3, pretty cool one. Got Crysis 3. Want to get Crysis 2 as well. Dead Space. Haven't played Dead Space, but I want to play that. Got Hitman Absolution. Pretty good game. I love the Hitman franchise. I haven't played the older ones, but I need to. We got Lara Croft Tomb Raider Legend. And then we also have, this is cool, Tomb Raider Anniversary. This is a pretty cool one where it has a bunch of the older games that are like, I think these are upscaled or something, and then released as a collection. I believe this is, yeah, I believe this is like Tomb Raider 1 and 2 that's upscaled. I'm actually not positive, but I got it complete, so that's nice. I actually did not know Mirror's Edge, the original, was released for 360, but it is. Gosh, we got a lot of cool stuff here. Devil May Cry 4. I did not know that was 360. I thought Devil May Cry was a PlayStation series. We have The Witcher 2 Assassin of Kings Enhanced Edition. This is cool. So I got this from my local game store, right? So it's complete, and it even has the map in the back, which is cool. So we have the game disc 1, game disc 2, and then the third disc was supposed to be the soundtrack, but someone put Hitman Blood Money in there. So I ended up getting all of that for the price of one game with a broken case. But that's really amazing that I was able to get that for that good of a deal. I guess they just didn't care. So that's pretty cool. Dead Island I need to play. Portal 2, another one I did not know was for 360. Oh, this is a cool one. This is actually, I only bought this one like a couple weeks ago. Castlevania, Lords of Shadow. Pretty cool. Was sure to get this one complete, 100%. Really cool one. I'm actually excited to play this one eventually. We have a weird Platinum Hits Condemned Criminal Origins I got from a Goodwill. Not in good shape, but you know, it is complete at least, so that's nice. This game, one of my interests behind it, and the same for actually a couple of these, this is actually a 360 launch title. Now, one of the things I told you, I'm not going to complete my 360 collection, but one thing I do want, because I love the 360, I want every single launch title. I will get every single launch title. I have most of them. The expensive launch titles I already have, but there are a couple like sports launch titles, like the soccer and Madden and everything. Those ones I need to get, but they're, you know, very cheap. But all of the hard to find launch titles I already have, so that's nice. I have 2 copies of Cameo. This is a very underrated game. I never see this talked about. It's such a good game, and I have my 1 copy, but I found another one at Goodwill in like pristine condition. It's not worth enough money to sell, but man, I'm just happy to have 2. It's a fantastic game, and it's a launch title as well, but it's a very good 360 game. We also have this one I was really happy to find, Gun. This one was also a 360 launch title, but it was also, I think this one was kind of overlooked because this was actually released on the original Xbox as well, and it was more popular there. This one was a 360 launch title, but once Red Dead Redemption came out, this kind of got forgotten about. But I remember being in a local game store when I was in like 2nd grade, and like they had so many posters for this game. Apparently it was a very like, it was like really hyped when it was coming out, I guess. I don't know. Got 4 Need for Speed games. We have Need for Speed Showdown, Need for Speed Undercover, Need for Speed Most Wanted. This is the 2012 version, not the original version. This is the original version. This is the launch title version. This is the hard to find version. This is the good version. This game is what got me into Need for Speed. I've never been into racing games before. This was the one that got me into it. I really like this game, and it made me want to get more of the Need for Speed series. I think there are a couple more games for the 360 I need to get, but this is the game that started that all. And it's a launch title. Really happy to have picked up this Need for Speed game. We have Left 4 Dead 2. I have the first one. I don't have the case for it. It's just a disc. And that's in a binder with a bunch of other loose discs. But I got Left 4 Dead 2. This one is actually not uncommon. It's just, it's a very beloved game, so it commands a bit of a price tag. But Left 4 Dead 2, really good game. Love that one. So now that we've put all that behind, we're about to get into what I call my trophy area. These are all of my good games. All right, this is probably, if you're gonna ask me what the most expensive game I own for the 360 is, I don't know the answer, but it's gonna be one of these. All right, so let's go through these. These are really special. So here we have Saw 1 and Saw 2. These are 2 games that did not perform very well, so they're very rare, very hard to find. Very happy to have both of these, and I have both of them complete. They are not good games, but I love the Saw franchise of movies, so being able to get the games for the 360 was very special to me, very important. So I'm glad to have both. They're not cheap, but I'm happy that I get to have them. That's very nice. This game, I actually have not heard a lot of people talk about, but I've heard that this is good. Lost Odyssey. I got this for a pretty good deal. Have not played it, but I've heard good things about it. So, you know, that's interesting. But it's got 4 discs in it, so gotta get on that at some point. But that's Lost Odyssey. Got what is this? Kingdom Under Fire: Circle of Doom, another RPG that I've heard good things about. Need to play it, but I've heard positive things about this one. So now we're getting into some of the more pricey stuff. This is Blue Dragon. Apparently, this game, I did not get this one complete, sadly, but I have all the discs. They're all in good shape. I could not find one. This one was a hard one. When I was searching for this, they were either missing the discs, missing the case, or missing the manual. I could not for the life of me find one that was complete. But I found this one without the manual. I was able to get it for a decent price. Probably needs a new case when I can get it. But I got the original artwork, which is good. Got all the discs, so we're good there. But apparently this one had a very famous guy work on it, and he passed away, and so this is actually a pretty sought-after game. I believe this was also a launch title, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to check my list, but this is a good one to pick up because it's actually pretty desirable. The original 360 Lollipop Chainsaw, another one that's pretty uncommon. I think they're actually remaking this game, but this one can be pretty pricey. If you don't want to spend the money on this one, I think you can get the European version for a little bit cheaper if you're interested. Okay, now we're getting into some pretty good stuff. So this is actually the most recent addition to my collection. Bullet Witch. Finally picked up. Still got the packing material in here. But I just got this one. So this is Bullet Witch. Another game, I actually saw the review for this one. Haven't played it, but I saw the review for it. It seems like a pretty decent game, a very underrated title. So I'm actually pretty excited to play this one when I get the chance, but this is a very expensive game. This game, also very expensive. One Chanbara Bikini Samurai Squad. So that was, out of all of the games, I don't know for sure if this is the most expensive one I own. This is the one that I paid the most money for. So that's That should tell you that. It's the one that I paid the most money for. I don't know if it's the most expensive, but it's one of them. So there you go. Again, this game is not good, but it is rare. So being able to find it was very lucky. I'm actually a big fan of Dead or Alive, so I was actually able to get this one for a pretty good price, Dead or Alive Extreme 2. I actually own a couple of these games, but a lot of these games are really rare. I wanted the Dead or Alive for a PSP, but that one's like $100. It's ridiculous. I just couldn't convince myself to pay that. One thing I also wanted to talk about is my imports. I actually imported some games. Now, the reason why I tell you I'm not going to be getting a full, complete 360 collection is because of these imports. They are prohibitively expensive. They're only in Japanese, and I cannot pay that much money for games that I can't read. It's ridiculous. I'm just not doing it. Probably my favorite one, though, is Clannad. We have it right here. Very nice visual novel. A lot of people don't know that Clannad was released for 360. It was, only in Japan. So there's that. They re-released it for the Switch, but that one, it was only a limited edition. I believe this one, I don't think it was limited, but this was only released in Japan. So Clannad, I love the show, and having the visual novel is pretty nice too. Here we have Dream Club, another 360, only released in Japan. Memories is another visual novel that was only released in Japan. A lot of these games are actually visual novels, and they're anime related. This is Muv-Luv. I'll show you more on this in a second. Another Japanese exclusive visual novel. I thought the visual novel series was pretty good, and so I wanted to get that. And then we have, I believe this is a sequel for Dream Club as well. So these were all games that I imported from Japan, and they were prohibitively expensive. And I realized, like, I got most of the games that I wanted, but I realized that, you know, it's a lot of money to spend on games that I can't really read, so I just decided to stop, and I'm not messing with the imports anymore. I got what I needed. A couple more, actually. Here we have Chaos Head. I actually have the full big box version. This is complete in box. It has been resealed. You can see it's still in the resealed packaging. It's been opened, but they resealed it. It is complete. I verified that, and I was actually able to get a pretty good bargain for this. So, very happy to have it. It's very hard to store on a shelf, but once you can, it looks really nice. And then the last thing I have is another Muv-Luv game. And then I have this, and this is actually factory sealed, never been opened. This was also, actually, you know what? I said One Chanbara was the most expensive 360 game. I think this actually was the most expensive, I think. But this was great to find, and it was very pricey, but I'm very happy to have it, so. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now that's the 360 collection, so I'm very happy with where it's at. It's not done. I have more stuff I gotta get, but that's where I'm at right now with it. And I think it's in a pretty good spot right now, so I'm definitely gonna be adding to it little by little over the years, but as of right now, there's nothing that I really feel like I need to rush out and go buy right now. And that's how you know you're in a good spot as a collector. So yeah, if I see stuff, I'll get it, but there's nothing that I feel like I absolutely have to go get. Completing this stuff with the uncommon North American titles, you know, your Saws, your Blue Dragons, you know, your Need for Speed, getting those was important, so I'm glad that I got that covered, and yeah, I think that's really about it. There's a couple more that I do want, so we'll see about that in the future, but right now, I think we're in a good spot. Okay, so that's the 360 collection. Let's get into some other ones. So I recently got an Xbox One and a PS4. So my collection for those aren't as great because I've only had the consoles for a short time. But if I see something in Goodwill, or the pawn shop, I will actually pick it up. So I have Gears of War 4, the tin copy. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I was able to get that for actually really cheap at a pawn shop. We have Resident Evil Revelations for Xbox One, was able to pick that up cheap. My brother actually bought me Resident Evil 7 for the Xbox One. I think he found it for like $5 at GameStop or a thrift store or something. So yeah. Assassin's Creed Origins, another one that, most of these, again, I found these at Goodwill, and I just picked them up because they were like $5 each. Final Fantasy 15, another one I really want to play. Fallout 4 for Xbox One, that was a nice find. Evolve, I think this game was hyped, but I think it kind of failed. Interesting to play that one. And then, Dying Light, another really good one. So that's my 360 collection. That's really all I got for that. So these are all just Goodwill titles. They're good titles, but these are titles that I picked up just because they were cheap. Again, there's nothing that I'm really dying to play on Xbox One right now. PS4 is a bit of a different story. I find PS4 games at Goodwill too. Again, these are all just Goodwill finds that I got that are really good. Actually, a couple of these games came from a retro game store. But we have Borderlands 3. This is a cool one. Final Fantasy X and X2 HD Remaster. This is a good one. I actually am excited to play this. I have the original X2, but now I get to play the remastered version. Witcher 3, another great game. Horizon Zero Dawn, excited to play that one. Uncharted 4, also excited to play this one. Really good. I got some really good PS4 exclusives here, man. This is, what is this one? This is Need for Speed Rivals. Yeah, I got this. A guy just gave it to me for free, which was nice of him. And then this is cool. Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil HD Remaster. Very nice to have that. So a lot of good exclusive titles for PS4. I'm really happy to own a PS4 now because these you cannot play on PC. So being able to have these is actually quite nice. So yeah. That is my complete shelf, number 1. Let me take a break and we'll do shelf number 2. Alright, so let's move on to the second shelf. So this is going to be Wii, GameCube, PS3, and PSP. Now, with these, a lot of these games, the Wii and the GameCube are from my childhood. I've actually kept a lot of these games just throughout the years. A couple of them I found at Goodwill's. PS3, I've only started buying it within the past 6 months, so a lot of these are brand new games that I haven't played yet. And then PSP, I only started collecting like 2 months ago, so the PSP collection is not fleshed out, but it probably won't get much more fleshed out because PSP games are expensive. So that's just how that works. But we'll go through and talk about some stuff here that kind of stands out. These are actually some pretty uncommon Wii games that I have that are pretty neat. So we have Dead Rising, Chop Till You Drop. This game was panned, but it's actually not that bad if you don't think about it like a Dead Rising game. This is a really good one. House of the Dead 2 and 3 for Wii. Very, very good series. I love House of the Dead. Having those for Wii is really awesome. I'm really happy to own those. I actually have 2 copies of Resident Evil 4 for Wii. This game on the Wii, like this is how I played this game when I was in middle school, was on the Wii because I did not have a GameCube, or I didn't have the GameCube version. I couldn't find it. I couldn't buy it online because I didn't have a credit card, and GameStop didn't sell GameCube games anymore, so I had no way of purchasing this. So I played the Wii version, and that's how I learned everything I learned about this game. Another good one, Umbrella Chronicles. Got this for $20 at GameStop. This is a good game. I need the Dark Side Chronicles to complete it, but this is a very good, underrated game. Capcom, port this game to PC, damn it. You can only play this on Wii and PS3, and on both of them, it only runs at 30 frames. That is BS. We need this game to run at 60 FPS. This is a great game. I love this game. Alright, enough venting about that. We have Okami, a good game. Chugga Conroy actually inspired me to try this out. It's a really good game. Love it. Super Mario Galaxy I have. Don't have Galaxy 2, but I'm looking to buy it eventually. I will buy Galaxy 2, but I have the first one. This game, I actually bought this game. I bought this when I bought Pokemon Platinum in like 2009, so this has been a long time coming, but this is actually, I don't see this game being talked about enough. This is a really good game. Oh yeah, I also loved Bakugan. This one is sealed, so, you know. Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. I got 2 copies of this game. I bought the first one, and then the second one I found at Goodwill, complete in box, so I have 2 of these now. I'm holding on to this because this is actually becoming a very desirable game. Very good game also. And then from here on, the rest of these Wii games I actually picked up at Goodwill, believe it or not. Super Smash Bros. Brawl, picked it up at Goodwill. Mario Party 8, picked it up at Goodwill. Mario Kart Wii, picked it up at Goodwill. All these games were at Goodwill. Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz, I love the Monkey Ball series. Okay, this one was not at Goodwill. I actually bought this. This is Onechambara Bikini Zombie Slayers for Wii. I am surprised this got a Wii release, but this is the Wii counterpart of the 360 game. This is a lot cheaper. I don't know if it's the same game or not, but it's got the same title, so I don't know, but I got that. Oh yeah, my brother and I actually played this a lot when we were kids. I believe this actually came with our Wii when we bought it, Nerf N-Strike. It's a very boring game, but me and him used to play like Nerf Wars a lot. We had a big collection of Nerf guns, so having a video game for Nerf was actually pretty cool. A couple of these were just like dollar shovelware titles. So like, for example, Wii Cheer, that was $2 at Goodwill. Deca Sports, $2 at Goodwill. The Blob, $2 at Goodwill. You can't do, you know, $2 for Goodwill games is pretty good. These were also Goodwill pickups that were pretty cool. We have Tales of Symphonia, or is it, yeah, Tales of Symphonia. Love the Tales series. It's not complete, sadly, but it's a Goodwill game, so, you know. And then we have Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Echoes of Time. Actually, this one, I believe, is complete, yeah. So these are also Goodwill pickups. I've gotten very lucky at Goodwill here in Florida, so that's been good. But yeah, a lot of my Wii collection I picked up at Goodwill, and I've gotten a lot of good stuff there, man. GameCube, a little bit less exciting. I haven't bought any GameCube games since I was a kid. All of my GameCube games I've owned since me and my brother were in like 2nd grade. This one is a good one. Ed, Edd n Eddy. I still have this one, and it's still complete. Love this game. Really love it. My dream is to get this signed by the voice actors, so I want to go to a Comic-Con one day and get it signed, but this is such a sentimental game for me. Got some games that, oh boy. Mario Strikers, my brother owned that. We actually have 2 copies of Smash Melee. I think one of them got lost, and we found it, but we had to buy another one until then, so I have 2 copies. One of them's the Player's Choice one, and then the regular one, so we have 2 of those. And just to prove it, 1, 2. So we have both of those. That's nice. Oh yeah, best Mario Kart ever made. Best one. I will die on that hill. Got that. Oh yes, one of my favorite Mario games of all time, Mario Sunshine. Got that. Probably my favorite Lego game, Lego Star Wars, the original version on GameCube. This is the good stuff right here. This is such a good game. My brother and I put a lot of hours into this one. Another game I played a ton as a kid, Time Splitters 2, the GameCube version. Really, really good game. I actually did not know this, but the people that made the original GoldenEye made this game, so that's pretty cool. Very, very good game. I need to get Future Perfect eventually. That's another good one. So, a game that is another nostalgic one, Wave Race, Blue Storm, another really good game. $6 at GameStop back in the day, but I'm sure it's worth a lot more now. And then we have just a couple other ones. SpongeBob, Lights, Camera, Pants, and then this one, we don't have the artwork for it. I don't have the artwork, but it's the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game. I actually need to print off artwork for this. It didn't come with it, so I don't know. I'll have to put the artwork on there eventually with a printer. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts, Desert Storm, some random Madden game. Very boring GameCube collection. There's nothing really special in here. It's a very bog standard GameCube selection, so not really anything worth talking about. I am very proud of what I've done so far with the PS3. It's actually been pretty good. So I don't have all the Tomb Raider titles on the 360, but that's because I have them for PS3. So we have Tomb Raider Underworld, probably my favorite Tomb Raider game of that generation. And then we have Tomb Raider, the 2013 version. This game was like the first Tomb Raider game I played all the way through. Very, very good game. I love this one a lot. This is a really good game. I want it for 360 though. I really want it though. A couple games that I got. I don't remember. Oh yeah. I have Skyrim for PS3, and then a sealed Skyrim for PS3. Pretty special. I don't know why I wanted the sealed version, but I got it. I actually don't even remember how I got it, but yeah, there's that. Okay, this one's also pretty shameful. I got Fallout New Vegas. Got it complete. But then I went ahead and got another copy when I found it with the cardboard sleeve. Also complete. So I have 2 copies of the same Fallout New Vegas. And the PS3 is like the worst way to play this game. So yeah, this was kind of a waste of money, to be honest, but I love the game so much I couldn't help myself. Oh yeah, this game I actually got for a pretty good deal, Heavenly Sword. Heard good things about it, but it's, I'm not much of a hack and slash guy, but I might give this one a chance one day. Oh yeah, played through this one, The Last of Us. Love this one. I want the remaster for PS4. I'll pick that up when I can. I'm not playing The Last of Us 2. Oh yeah, God of War 3. Best God of War in my opinion. I think they released God of War 1 and 2 remastered for PS3. If they did, I gotta get that one too. Never played Diablo, but I need to give it a shot. This is pretty cool. I picked, actually, it's funny, all of these, all 3, came from the exact same Goodwill on the exact same day, so someone was throwing out their collection. But we have Uncharted, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3. So, or Uncharted Drake's Fortune, I'm sorry. So I have all 3 of these, and I got all 3 of the same day at the same Goodwill, so I need to play through those. Yeah. And then I also got, since it was very important, I got Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition in the sleeve for PS3 as well. Very nice to have that. I think the rest of these came from Goodwills as well. So we have Soul Calibur 5. I did not know that this was a thing, but Minecraft PlayStation 3 Edition. I wonder what's special about that. Grid, I think that was just a cheap game. I think I got this for like $1 somewhere. Got Hitman Absolution. I actually did not find this until, or no, I got this before the 360 version. But I was like, I'll go ahead and get it. And then I found the 360 version, and I was like, damn it, now I have 2 copies, but oh well. And then both got these at the same Goodwill too, on the same day. Little Big Planet 1, Little Big Planet 2. Pretty nice. This is actually the Game of the Year edition of Little Big Planet, which is pretty cool. Apparently it has bonus content in it of some kind. So that's neat. And then let's see, we have, oh yeah, this is cool. Got the HD collection for Devil May Cry. I think that came from a Goodwill. Yeah, it did. So that's cool. And then I have one single solitary import for the PS3. This is the only PS3 game that I imported, and that was the Idolmaster One for All. Very happy to have this game. Idolmaster is actually one of my favorite series, so I'm glad to have this one game, but I did not... You know, I learned my lesson about imports with the 360 with how much they cost, man. I was gonna stop at this one, so. That's about it, so I guess we'll talk about the PSP. What this kind of came down to was just games that I found. I didn't really have any games that I wanted for PSP, but these were just what I was able to pick up along the way. A lot of Lego games. A couple of these came from a pawn shop, a couple came from a Goodwill, and then a couple of them came from the flea market. So for games, we have Lego Harry Potter from a Goodwill, Lego Batman, Lego Star Wars 2 from a pawn shop, Need for Speed Shift from a Goodwill, Field Commander from a Goodwill. So these are all games that I found for cheap, just kind of out in the wild. But again, like the God of War games and a lot of the foreign games, they just cost so much money, man, for PSP games. It's just a lot. So, you know, what are you going to do? And then a couple UMD videos, and then a few imports. When a Stranger Calls, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. These were part of a bundle. I did not want them, but they came in a bundle. What I did want was, I got Cowboy Bebop, Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Those were also in the same bundle, so I'm very happy to have those. Those are really nice UMD movies. Into the Blue, I got this for free at a local game store. And then a couple more obscure ones. I actually got the trilogy of Corpse Party on the PSP. Very, very cool. There are patches online for this to be played in English, which is nice, but I also have just, you know, the original versions for PSP, which is pretty cool. I believe this series is PSP exclusive. Or at least it was for a while. I don't know if it got re-released somewhere, but it's a good series. It's a really, really cool series. And then the last one that I got, I was trying to make this for my PSP video, but it's this documentary about an idol. Yeah, that's really about it. It's sealed, but it costs a lot of money. But it was originally going to come from my PSP retrospective, but it didn't make it. So, oh well. Last two shelves, I guess. We have original Xbox. These are mostly Goodwill pickups. PS2, again, I don't collect for it, but these are games that I found for good deals at Goodwill. Or were just, you know, given to me or something. And then my DS games from when I was a kid. So let's go through it. We got Star Wars, the video game, the original trilogy, SSX 3. I played this on PS2 at my best friend's house when I was a kid, so I got it for the Xbox so I can play it on my 360. This I found for a really good price at a thrift store. The tin Halo 2 complete, very nice, very, very good pickup there. That was very cheap. Got Max Payne 2. This was another good Goodwill find. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dawn of Desires, another good Goodwill pickup. A couple of these I actually did find. Again, I don't collect for original Xbox, but a couple of these games were kind of rare. And since I can play them on the 360, I kind of like considered like a couple of these just because they were unique. So I did pick up a couple of them. So Dreamfall is one of them. Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball was another one. Dead or Alive 3. All games that I went ahead and got them just to have them. And then there was a couple more games that I got at Goodwill. So we have Winback 2. Apparently this game costs a little bit of money, but I found this at Goodwill for pretty cheap. This is a pretty cool one. Pitfall: The Lost Expedition. I did not know this existed, but it's cool. Crash game, Platinum Hits. Wraith Unleashed, never played it. Prince of Persia, Warrior Within. These are all games that I found at Goodwill for a deal, and so I picked them up just to have them, but I might play them one day, who knows. And then we have PS2. Again, a lot of these I found just because they're a really good deal, and so I went ahead and picked them up. So we have Liberty City Stories for PS2, San Andreas. Do I have Vice City? I don't think I have it standalone. Oh, this is a good one. I've heard good things about Dead to Rights, so I'm glad to have that. I think I found this at a thrift store for like $2, but it's XIII 13. I don't know what this is, but it was cheap, and it wasn't a sports game, so. The original Devil May Cry, complete, very nice, very, very cool. Actually was lucky to find a couple Final Fantasy games at the pawn shop. So we have Final Fantasy 12 and then Final Fantasy X2, got both of them for PS2, which is very nice. So I have the originals, and then I have the remasters for PS4, which is nice. Sealed copy of Power Drome I picked up just because. Ratchet and Clank, I think this is the original Ratchet and Clank for PS2, which is pretty neat. I think this is an exclusive. Sly Cooper, I think it's an exclusive. But this was actually good. We used to play this with my friend when I lived at the lake. Guitar Hero 2 for PS2. I actually have a guitar for PS2. And then this game, my brother and I played this a lot for GameCube, but I lost the disc for GameCube, and the GameCube version's very expensive, but SSX Tricky, probably the best SSX game behind SSX3, other than SSX3, but this is actually a very good one. I enjoyed this one a lot. This is a really, really fun one, so happy to have that one. I actually was lucky. I did not have to buy this like on eBay. I found this at a thrift store, so I got that for pretty cheap. And then PS2 actually released a couple of these big box editions, which are pretty neat. So we have actually the Grand Theft Auto trilogy for PS2, which is pretty cool, and it comes in this nice little cardboard box. I need to get a case for it because it's falling apart, but it comes with these games, and actually, I believe one of them, yeah, this one, Grand Theft Auto Vice City is actually sealed. The other two aren't, but they're all complete in box. So that's pretty cool. I picked this up for a pretty good deal, actually, because this cardboard box is damaged. So that was good, but I need to put it in a little protector like I did with this one. I got a little protective shield for it, but this is Resident Evil, The Essentials. So it has Resident Evil 4, Code Veronica X, and Outbreak. I wouldn't say those are the essentials for if you want to play Resident Evil on PS2, but to each his own, I suppose. So happy to have that, and I put it in this nice little protective case here, so that's nice. I got this for a deal. I got this for 20 bucks back in the day at a local game store in my home city, but it's actually worth a lot more now, complete. So very happy to have it, very happy to have all the games in here. This is a good one. So that's my PS2 collection. This is where I put my Xbox 360 games. And then now we'll talk about my DS games. So we'll zoom in. Let's talk about my DS games. How about that? Okay. Oh boy. Can we see? All right. So a couple of these are just randoms that I find at Goodwill, like Gymnastics. That was a Goodwill find. A couple of these were Goodwill finds. This actually was not. This was a gift. Dragon Quest IV. I don't have the artwork. It was just a loose copy, but my friend gave me that for my birthday. So that's pretty cool. And then we have just some random games that I've picked up at Goodwills when they have them. So we have Brain Age, we have iCarly, we have Hannah Montana, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, Flushed Away. You know, these are just random shovelware games that I got because they were cheap at Goodwill, but I don't have any nostalgia for them or anything like that. I just wanted to have them, but if I could go back, I probably would not have bought them. Let's get to the good stuff. So I'm actually very proud of my Pokemon game collection. So I'm about to show you all of my Pokemon games. Before that, a couple of these games I had once since I was a kid. We have Castlevania Portrait of Ruin, very good one. New Super Mario Brothers DS. Oh, Dragon Quest Rocket Slime. This is a good one. I need a drink. But I'm very proud of my Pokemon game collection. These are all Pokemon games I've had since I was a kid. So we have Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia. The original Pokemon Ranger. I actually have not beaten this game. I got pretty far when I was a kid, but I could technically still play this right now and get the Manaphy at the end. I have not redeemed it yet, so this one still has the Manaphy intact, which is nice. We have, this one's pretty special, actually. We have a complete in box original. I got this when it released. Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, just to prove it to you. Complete. All of these Pokemon games are 100% authentic. This I got for Christmas. Not complete, sadly, but Explorers of Darkness. And then, just because I wanted to complete the trilogy, I also ended up getting Explorers of Time. Even though I did not have this one as a kid. I had to get the Japanese version because the English version was too much money. But I got the Japanese version. It is complete, so that's nice. But yeah, the only thing about this one I think is that you get different Pokemon, but I'm glad. I wanted to round off the trilogy, so I have that. So I do have all 3 of those games, but the Explorers of Sky, I'm really happy to own this one complete. That was pretty awesome. I played this one since I was a kid. Blue Rescue Team. I did not have Red Rescue Team for Game Boy, but I got this one, so that's nice. This is pretty cool. So I got 2 copies. When I was a kid, I used to lose my games all the time, so my mom got me 2 copies of Pokemon White, because I wanted Zekrom. So I have that. And then I ended up getting White 2. These are all complete in box and authentic, of course. So I have all 3 of them, which is cool. Just so you can see, White 2, there it is, complete. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, I used to lose those games, so my mom, she'd get so frustrated, but she bought me both of them. And then what would happen is, me and my brother both played Pokemon, so what would happen is I would get one game and he would get the other. And then I bought his games from him later on in life. So that's how we both got Soul Silver and Heart Gold. These are both original, both authentic, which is very cool. I got those when they launched, or we got them when they launched. This is pretty nice. Platinum, I was big into Diamond and Pearl, so I got Platinum when it launched. This is my original Platinum. I've owned this since 2008. That's how long I've had this thing, and it's been with me ever since. I love this game. I've put in so many hours on this. And then later on, I actually bought a Japanese Platinum, also authentic, and also 100% complete, which is nice. And then, like I told you guys, my brother and I both played these games, and we both would lose them all the frickin' time, right? So look at this. This is crazy. I have 2 copies of Pokemon Diamond and 3 copies of Pokemon Pearl. It's ridiculous. So this copy of Pokemon Pearl, it's just a loose cartridge. I have to print that off. Another Pearl, got that. A 3rd copy of Pearl. These are all authentic, of course. Got 1 Diamond that is complete, which is cool. And then we have another Diamond. Actually, this one's also complete. So, yeah, I got 5 copies of Gen 4, the original Gen 4, which is just ridiculous. Again, me and my brother, we would lose these games so often that Mom and Dad would have to go to GameStop like once a month to replace them for us. They got so mad, but they were real OGs for doing that. But that's my collection. I also ended up picking this up at a Goodwill. Pokemon Masters Arena. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that's it for my shelves. So I guess now what I can do is show you my consoles if you want. We'll go take you into the back here and show you some console action. Okay, we're just gonna hit the highlights. I don't think I can go through all this stuff. So this is just gonna be, you know, we could be here for hours, but this is gonna be the main stuff. In here, I used to have like, I think I had 5 Xbox 360s at one point. I've downsized, but I kept a bunch of extra power bricks, a ton of external hard drives. My 360s are very important to me because, like I said, they're my main console. So I got extra thumbsticks and rubbers and you know, additional accessories for the 360. But yeah, the 360 is my most important console for me anyway. So making sure that I can have all the parts that I need to make sure that they are running operational is very important. So I have plenty of those, and they're very good for modding as well if you need to do that. Down here, I have 2 Nintendo Wiis. I'm not going to pull them out, but I have a bunch of Wiimotes and docks and cables and etc. But I have 2 of them. One of them is modded, one of them is not. I also, back at home, I don't have it here to show you, but I have a complete in box Japanese Nintendo Wii I got at a Japanese culture festival. That's pretty cool. But it's complete in box with an extra Wiimote. So happy to have that. Here's my PS1 original. I bought this for $40 complete. Came with a Tomb Raider memory card. And then, of course, it has all of the original hookups. I have some extra controllers for it somewhere. Need to find those at some point. But that's my PS1. I can play PS1 games on PS3, so I don't know why I bought it. But hey, I own it now. Oh yes, oh boy. So we have this Galaxy 3DS. This was renewed from Nintendo, so I got that for a decent price for Christmas one year. Have never opened it, so it's just been brand new in box, or I guess renewed in box, and I've never touched it. Here we have an authentic Pokemon Platinum. I told you I love this game, with a DS inside of it. With a red 3DS, or a DS Lite inside it. This was my childhood DS, and I kept it in here all these years, with the charger and an action replay. Working, authentic action replay, which is pretty cool. So that was my childhood DS right there. And then we have my childhood games. So this is pretty cool. So we have red, we have blue. My first Pokemon game, Silver, does not have the label, but I got it for a good deal at GameStop in like 2007 or something, so I paid a good price for that. But this is the original Silver. Got red and blue, got gold too. The one that I'm missing is yellow. I'm missing that one, but I'll get it eventually. All of these are, guys, I promise, they're all 100% authentic. I don't do reproductions. These are all stuff that I've had since I was a kid. I kid you not. Got Emerald, got Sapphire, got Ruby, got all 3 of them. I got Ruby for a while, and then for Christmas, Mom and Dad went ahead and got me Emerald and Sapphire. I've had them ever since 2009. Again, I told you I lose my games. 3 copies of Leaf Green because I wanted it, and I kept losing it, but I found them. So, got these 3 authentic copies, guys. They're authentic. Oh my gosh, my original Fire Red. Had this since 2007. It is completely original. I did get this. This is actually, these are pretty cool. I got Moemon Emerald, a cartridge of that, and then Pokemon Liquid Crystal on a cartridge. Those are pretty cool. I don't consider those are ROM hacks. They're not reproductions. Favorite Final Fantasy game, Final Fantasy V for Game Boy. Final Fantasy 1 and 2 for Game Boy. My brother gave me this as a present, Super Mario World for Game Boy Advance. Me and my brother, we used to play this together a lot. Mario Kart Super Circuit. Lufia. I don't remember why I got this game, but I own that too. Oh, Cartoon Network Speedway. Crash and Spyro Double Pack. Oh yeah, Yoshi's Island for Game Boy. That was a fun one. Some Dragon Ball Z Game Boy game. Crash for Game Boy. This was This was a gift from a friend. M&M's Kart Racing, Star Wars Legos, Mother 3. So those are my Game Boy games that I've had since I was a kid. These are my childhood cartridges. A lot of people ask me, are you ever going to sell them? Because I probably have, if I maxed out what I could get for these, it's probably close to $1,000 of cartridges here. But I will never sell them. They are too sentimental to me. They are just so much of my childhood. I will never let them go. Oh god damn it. Okay, so more consoles. Alright, so let's just get this over with. Alright. Metallic Pink DS Lite. I got that as a bundle with, not this, but this is my only original 3DS. This is the Onyx version, in very good condition. This is like a gray, brownish 3DS, the original. Boy, I'm getting out of breath. What's this? This is a PSP. Okay. This is actually... Oh, whoops. We're okay. This is a silver Japanese PSP. I actually own 3 PSPs. This is an original fat American PSP that I modded, and I put it in a nice acrylic shell. So this is good. This is actually how I play my PSP games. So yeah, that's my 3rd PSP. Why do I have 3 PSPs? One of them was a mistake. My only DSi, I believe, is this a DSi XL? This might be it. No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think it's just a normal DSi, but it's a blue DSi. This and that metallic pink DS Lite were in a bundle together. I've never once touched this thing. So, I have a lot of consoles here, guys. Silicone things for your PSP that makes it really hard to play because you can't actually access the back, and using the D-pad with this is just awful. I should cut those out, actually. Alright. This is actually my childhood. I say childhood, but this was like 2014. This is my 3DS XL that I used a lot. With my R4 cartridge in there. I've been playing this thing for a very long time. This one is the one that I had in high school, and I actually modded this one to take custom firmware, which is pretty cool. So that one, I've had that for quite a while. Let's see. This one is the exact same black 3DS XL. It's just one that I got and then never bothered to touch. I have a bit of a problem with that. What's this one? I think this is a white one. Yep, a white DS Lite. I actually wanted to own all of the colors of DS Lite that were released in North America. I think I have 2 left, actually, and then we'll be done. That's an empty case. And then we have just so many chargers. PSP chargers, 3DS chargers, just tons of chargers everywhere. Boy. So there's that. That's really going to do it for my consoles. Somewhere in here I have a slim Xbox 360, but I'm not going to dig that out. So now I'll show you what I have in my living room. Alright, so I showed you my video game collections, showed you my consoles that I have in storage. Here is what I have going on in my entertainment center currently. So on the left here, we have an Xbox One with the Xbox One Connect that is all original. My brother upgraded to a Series S, and he gave me that because he didn't want it anymore. So I've been playing some Xbox One games, and it's a pretty cool console. I might do a video on that one day. Still got a video planned on this. This is my modded RGH Xbox 360 Fat. That is probably my favorite console that I own. So this is I believe this is a Falcon console running an RGH 1.2. I did that in college a while ago. I love this thing so much. The only problem is that it runs very hot. So you either have to have it run very loud, or you have to turn up the fan curve quite a bit, or you just have to let it run hot, like in the mid 70s, which is a lot. But I love this thing. I'm going to see if I can get my hands on a Corona Slim S and do an RGH3 on that one, because those things run so much better than these Fats. But I'm still very happy to have it, and I enjoy playing it. It's great to have it and play my game backups, so I don't have to have discs all the time. I like that a lot. Here I have my PS3. I enjoy playing this a lot too. Probably going to be playing this quite a bit in the future, actually. Got some games for it that I need to add to my backlog and get through. The Uncharted games. Probably want to play a few other things on this. I have right here Rage. I don't have this for the Xbox 360. I actually found it at Goodwill, but I didn't buy it. It was like 3 discs, but the PS3 version is only 1 disc, so I went ahead and just got this one instead. Well, I got this one first, and then I had the 360 version, but this one, I like having 1 disc, so that's nice. This PS3 is not modded, but it can be, and I will probably mod it in the future. I just gotta find time to do it. I know it doesn't take that long, but we'll do it. We'll do it one day. This is the PS3 that I upgraded to an SSD, so it runs an SSD in it now, which is pretty cool. And then the last thing we have here is my PS2. This is probably the newest addition to my collection. Admittedly, the only reason I have this PS2, the only reason is because my PS3 is not a backwards compatible model. So I had to have this to play PS2 games. But it's not all that bad. So I have this, it's the PS2. This is a fat one. I'm actually not sure exactly what model this one is. Not entirely sure. But I got it for a pretty decent deal. It came with the internet adapter on the back. And then it didn't come with a controller. I actually found this one at Goodwill, so Goodwill has been very good to me. It's a knockoff, but it actually feels pretty decent. And then I bought myself a bunch of gear in order to mod this thing. So I have myself a 64 megabyte flash card with McBoot on it, so that's what you need in order to mod the thing. I have an HDMI adapter, so you can actually run this thing off of an HDMI cable, which is pretty sweet. And then I have this. This I purchased. So this is a custom-made hard drive adapter for the PS2. This is going to sit a little bit more flush than the internet adapter that I have. And I also don't have to like cut or solder anything, which is quite nice. So I just went ahead and got this just for the hell of it. But yeah, it's gonna be nice because it's just a SATA adapter right there, and you can plug in your hard drive. I'm gonna use an SSD, but yeah, pretty simple. So that is all of my gear for modding this thing. I have not found the time to mod this thing yet, but it will come in the future, and I don't know, I might make a video on it, why not? Yeah, I'll make a video on it. I upgraded my PS3 to an SSD, so I'll make a video about modding the PS2. So yeah, that's all my consoles. This space used to be the PS4, but I moved the PS4, so that is currently empty. There are 2 options for what can go in here. It can be a computer, or it can be a modded Wii that I have. One of those 2. I have not decided yet, but I have so much freaking stuff that I have not played that it's honestly, I'm not in any rush to put something in. But that's an empty slot. And then this is just a box of like miscellaneous stuff, like power strips and a keyboard pad for a 360. So that's just what's in there. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, I bought this at Goodwill also. This is actually an official Xbox One remote. How cool is that? That's pretty neat. And then everything goes into this. This is my HDMI switch. You can have 5 devices going into this thing at once, which is pretty cool. So I can switch freely between all of my different HDMI devices, which is pretty sweet. So yeah, I can do actually all 5 things in my entertainment center at once. Currently, it only has the Xbox 360, and the PS3. PS2 is not hooked up yet. And then we have my sound bar, and of course my Samsung TV that a coworker gave to me for free. So that's it. That's my that is my living room setup. So now I guess the last thing for me to do is to take you to the bedroom. All right, so here's the bedroom setup. So this is a 32-inch ONN TV. My parents got me this from Walmart when I moved into college. It was like a $90 TV, and it's a great TV for my bedroom. I actually custom made this wooden stand for it. I actually sanded and stained the wood myself, so that is actually a custom made stand that it sits on. And then underneath is where I have my PS4 charging cable for the controller, and then we have I've been playing some Skyrim on it lately. And so that's how I will play games in my bed. I haven't made the bed yet this morning, sorry, but I got my controller over there, tablet for reading Reddit in bed. So yeah, that's my bedroom setup. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for my video game collection and all my setups. Let me know what you think. I might do a PC gaming setup later on once I get it to a place where I actually am happy with it. I'll probably do one of those too. And I'll definitely be doing updates as time goes on, but this is just kind of where things stand right now. But I thought it'd be pretty interesting content, so let me know what you think down below. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.